Here now to tell you about it is Walt Disney.
Welcome. I guess you all know this little fella here. It's an old partnership. Mickey and I started out the first time many, many years ago. We've had a lot of our dreams come true. Now we want you to share with us our latest and greatest dream. That's it, right here. Disneyland. Seen from about 2,000 feet in the air and 10 months away. I want to tell you about it because later on in the show you'll find that Disneyland the place and Disneyland the TV show are all part of the same. Now on a site of 240 acres near the city of Anaheim in Southern California, right about in here, we've begun to build Disneyland the place. We hope that it will be unlike anything else on this earth. Fair, amusement park, an exhibition, a city from the Arabian Nights, metropolis from the future. In fact, a place of hopes and dreams, facts and fancy, all in one. Now, next year, our television show will be coming from this Disneyland. But this year, we want you to see and share with us the experience of building this dream into a reality. This is a 1/4 inch to the foot scale model of Disneyland. When you come in the main gate, past the railroad station, down the steps and across the band concert park, straight ahead lies the heartline of America, an old-fashioned Main Street. Hometown USA, just after the turn of the century. America was growing fast. Towns and villages were turning into cities. Soon the gas light will be replaced by electricity, but that was still in the future. At this time, Little Main Street was still the most important spot in the nation, combining the color of frontier days with the oncoming excitement of the new 20th century. Now at the foot of Main Street, about where you're sitting, is the plaza. The plaza, or the hub, is the heart of Disneyland. Shooting out from here, like the 4 cardinal points of the compass, Disneyland is divided into 4 cardinal realms. The 4 different worlds from which our television shows will originate. They are Adventureland, Tomorrowland, Fantasyland, and Frontierland. Behind the gates of Frontierland is the inspirational America of the past century. Here is the treasure of our native folklore, the songs, tales, and legends of the big men who built the land. Some of them were completely legendary, like Paul Bunyan the woodchopper with his blue ox Babe. Then again, we find that true stories about real people can be fabulous too. Now in our TV series from Frontierland, we're going to tell about these real people who became legend, like Davy Crockett, the first coonskin congressman. Now Davy's life was so fantastic that it was hard to tell where fact left off and fancy began. Now here's Norman Foster, director of the unit, who's going to shoot the story of Davy Crockett on Davy's own home grounds, the great Smoky Mountains of Tennessee. Our second realm is called Adventureland, the base of operations for our camera teams in almost every sector of the world. Within Adventureland is a wonder world of nature's own design. Her animal creatures, her fabulous plan of life. Here, too, is a world of unusual people and faraway places. Now, our third realm is Tomorrowland. Ever since the invention of the bow and arrow, mankind has both worried and been fascinated by the forward march of science. Today, with the recent discovery of tremendous natural forces and their harnessing to man's use, man is still anxious, yet still hopeful. In the programs to come from Tomorrowland, we plan to explore these forces and their use, to find some measure of understanding about the things that lie before us. Our last realm is Fantasyland. We cross the moat through Sleeping Beauty's castle into the world of imagination. Once here, we can fly with Peter Pan to Neverland, wander with Alice through Wonderland, ride Cinderella's pumpkin coach, in fact, anything your heart desires. Because in this land, hopes and dreams are all that matter. We hope that through our television shows that you will join us and take part in the building of Disneyland. and that you'll find here a place of knowledge and happiness. A very favorite storyteller of ours, Uncle Remus, had another name for it. He called it a laughing place. During the last few years, we've ventured into a lot of different fields, and we've had the opportunity to meet and work with a lot of wonderful people. I only hope that we never lose sight of one thing, that it was all started by a mouse. Now that's why I want this part of the show to belong to Mickey, because the story of Mickey is truthfully the real beginning of Disneyland. Now that's how Mickey looks today, but I remember another time when he didn't look so prosperous. First time I met Mickey, he was a hungry-looking young mouse playing in his first movie. He was so poor that he didn't even own a pair of shoes. The picture was called Plain Crazy. Now that was the year that Lindbergh flew the Atlantic. Now before we go, we'd like to bring you a preview presentation of some of the scenes from our next week's show. From Fantasyland, we will bring you our television version of Lewis Carroll's classic, Alice in Wonderland.